what we're going to be doing is doing a stretching routine to help release any trapped energy, particularly in the stomach. And the reason why I want to do this is because today I actually got 2 DMs of people who actually messaged me and told me that they did the little ball trick where they placed the ball on their stomach. And they had a pretty profound experience, releasing a lot of stored emotions, trapped energy. So for a lot of you, maybe you don't have a ball. So I'm going to show you how to do it through stretching. And I think this is the perfect time to do it because the winter's coming. And for a lot of people, when the winter comes and it gets a little darker, people start to get a little depressed. People start to feel a little heavy. They start to feel a little tired, particularly right after the holiday season, right after they, meet everybody. They usually feel emotionally exhausted. And then they still got 2 months left of the winter. And I think by doing this routine, if you do this routine consistently enough, and if you're somebody who actually suffers with depression, particularly during the winter time, this is going to help you big time. So please, whatever you're watching me on, put it where you can see me and just follow along. So we're going to start off by sitting up straight. And what I want you to do now is allow your eyes to close. And with your eyes closed, I want you to notice your breath. Just notice it. And as you notice your breath, what I want you to do now is consciously choose to slow it down. Think 4 to 5 second inhale, followed by a 4 to 5 second exhale. And from here, become aware of your butt on the seat. And notice whether or not you're shifting your weight more towards one side than the other. And if you are, do your best now to even it out. From here, become aware of the sounds in the room. Whether it's the sounds of my voice or the sounds in the environment, notice that in order for you to hear the sounds, a sound wave has to pass through your eardrums. So see if you can notice that. See if you can really feel into the sound. Noticing the sound passing right on through you, vibrating right on through you. And from here, with your eyes still closed, notice the pixels of light behind your eyelids. Or maybe you just notice darkness. But just pay attention what you see behind your eyelids, whether it's pixels of light or just darkness. And as you notice what's going on behind your eyelids, your eyes may begin to flutter. Now, if that doesn't happen, that's perfectly okay. But just notice what happens. And from here, consciously become aware of your neck. Allowing your neck to get nice and long, your shoulders dropping away from your ears. From here, bring your awareness to your jaw and your tongue. And just by paying attention to your tongue, you may begin to notice that a little extra saliva is building up. And if this doesn't happen, that's perfectly fine. But if it is, know that we're beginning to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, just the part of your nervous system that allows you to heal, that allows you to rest, it allows you to relax even deeper. And from here, let's see if you could become in tune with what's going on with your heart. Notice if you could feel the rhythm, the pulsation, the beating of your heart. Notice if you feel any energy, any tingling. If you don't notice anything, just place your awareness there. And from here, let's begin to shift our attention to our stomachs, to our guts, where we store a lot of emotions. And with your awareness down there in your stomach area, in your gut, I'm going to ask you a very, very deep question. And that question is, how is your stomach feeling? And if you're saying, I don't know, or if you're saying okay, or if you're saying good, or if you're saying stuck, here's an even deeper question. How do you know? And what I'm hoping that's coming to mind is that you're feeling into the stomach. There's a sensation created in the stomach. We've all felt the sensation of hunger, bloating. We know when we're feeling that. But a lot of times we don't know when we store things like guilt or shame or even sadness down there. Or maybe we even clench really, really tight when we feel anger down there. And just by saying those words, shame, guilt, sadness, fear, anger, things may begin to come up. And if it does, give it space to come up. Allow it to be there. Because the truth is, when it comes to trauma or trapped energy, these are the things that we've been resisting. When this feeling or sensation comes up, we usually try to resist it. And what we're doing now is giving it space. Because what I want you to realize is that these feelings, these sensations, have a job to do. And the job is to keep you safe. So whatever you're feeling down there, what I want you to do is mentally begin to thank it. Say thank you to it. Because obviously, you're still alive. You're still safe. You may not feel like it all the time, but realize just by being alive, you could begin to feel somewhat grateful for those feelings. Because a lot of times, these feelings is what controls you. And you may not want them to control you, but just know they're keeping you safe. So give it permission now to be there. Allowing yourself to breathe into it. Be with it fully. And from here, what you could begin to do is open your eyes. And with your eyes open, what we're going to begin to do is to do a little stretch. So if you're mirroring me, more than likely you're going to be using your left arm. What we're going to do is take your left arm up and over, reach to the side. And I want you to think about pushing this hip down into the chair and reaching over. And we're going to hold for a minute. And all I want you to do is breathe with the stretch, breathe with the feeling or sensation. Do your best right now to not resist anything. Because what I want you to understand is whatever you resist will persist. And if you happen to experience a lot of depression during the wintertime, it's usually because you're resisting these heavy feelings when they come up. You do your best to distract yourself. You do your best to numb yourself from it. So right now, just allow whatever's there to be there. Continue to breathe with it. And realize that you're okay. And good. Now from here, what we're going to do is begin to come out of it and allow your eyes to close. And notice the difference in the feeling or sensation, particularly in the side that you just stretched. Now, believe it or not, because we stretched that side, it may actually begin to feel worse because you've created space for those suppressed feelings, that trapped energy to be there. And if it does, that's perfectly okay. However, maybe, just maybe, you've allowed some of those feelings to go. But whatever you notice down there, that's perfectly fine. Just notice it. Just be with it fully. Notice how much more open you feel, even if more of that trapped energy is there. Notice how much easier it is for you to breathe more fully, more deeply, more smoothly. And good. Now from here, open your eyes. And what we're going to do now is stretch that your body, bringing your arm behind you. And you should just feel a slight stretch to the spine and lower back. And we're going to hold again for a minute. So just hold the stretch, making sure your neck is nice and long. You're sitting up straight. And be very gentle here. And as you inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, release. And again, do your best to be gentle here. And if the feelings continue to come up, allow them to be there. Realize right now, you're beginning to heal. You're beginning to release. And good. From here, come out of it. And as always, the most important part of the practice, allow your eyes to close. And just notice the difference. Notice how much space you've created. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And let's go on to the other side. So we'll start with the reach. So more than likely, it's going to be your right side. So reach over. Again, remember pushing your hip into the chair, allowing your rib cage to get nice and long. You should be feeling this in your oblique area, your lower back, your lat area. And remember, we're just being gentle here. We're just creating a little bit of space for any trapped emotions. And once the bell rings, we're going to transition right into the rotation. Only because this video is a little bit longer than I intended it to be. And if any noise begins to come up, that's perfectly fine. Good. Now from here, same thing, rotating, spinning, being gentle. Remember, on the inhale, lengthen. And on the exhale, release. Really trying to breathe into the stretched area. For whatever's trapped down there. Realizing that it's okay, it's just feelings. That a feeling isn't going to kill you. However, realize that avoiding a feeling just might. I'll say that again. Realize that a feeling won't kill you, but avoiding a feeling just might. So allow your eyes to close now and contemplate on that. Bring your awareness to your stomach. Notice how it feels. Notice the space you've created. And ask yourself now, what have you been avoiding? What have you been avoiding feeling? And just notice how much easier it is to breathe. How much more space you have in that area. Because oftentimes we're trying to clench that area. Because we've been taught to suck in our guts. But today, even if it's just for today, allow it to fall open. And when you're ready, open your eyes and just take a second to look out into the room and notice how it looks. And just see, just for a second, if you could notice anything new in this room. Because more than likely, you've probably been in this room hundreds of times and never actually take the time to look at it because it's become familiar to you. And because it's become familiar to you, you often avoid looking at it. And the same is true with these trapped emotions. It's something you just become familiar with. Feeling stuck, feeling depressed during the winter is something you've just become familiar with. And you think that that's just who you are, but I'm here to tell you that's not who you are. By doing simple routines like this, you could create space to allow the emotions to surface and eventually be released. Now, if you enjoyed that, and I hope you did, and you want to go a whole lot more deeper, I have a 4-week course out. It's called the Anxiety Release Breakthrough System. This course is designed to help you release any trapped energy. And it's by doing simple practices like this, guided meditation, mindfulness exercises, and it's 4 weeks. And it's only $47. And I promise you, if you decide to complete it, you feel a whole lot better. So if you're interested, comment the word release, and I'll reach out to you through DMs, all right? All right, peace.